Walkadoodie.
Sir, jibby me, jibby.
Really?
Totally.
Please.
Hello everyone and welcome back to JCfinger. This is episode 4, Let's Play Families Teeny Issues. And this is little Ruby from the Williams household. She's in the play area at the ward where Dennis has been laid up for the past 4 weeks, healing from some cracked ribs. And his parents are here to take him home. He was crashed into by the Jaguar that Tom brought to the club. Tom left the keys in the car and someone got in it and crashed into Dennis. So we don't know who that is, and we'll find out at some point in this series. Now let's get Chrissy to have a quick word with Dennis while we have the doctor make his way out to have a quick word with Jeffrey about Dennis's aftercare.
We will be discharging Dennis, and he shouldn't engage in any heavy lifting or strenuous activity of the sort, and he should heal up quite nicely.
Dennis was very lucky and he's on his way home, but he's going to have a visit from a very special someone. Right, so Ebony's decided to conveniently get a makeover just in time from her neighbor Bolanle, who's wanted to make her hair for so long. But she's getting this makeover done just before she goes to visit Dennis. She's heard about his accident, heard he's recovered and has been discharged, so she's put together a beautiful hamper full of goodies from the mall to visit him and find out how he's doing. Well, of course she can do that. Her mum, as you know, who works hard, back-to-back shifts at the hospital, a nurse, is home for the weekend. So again, she's now busy with house duties and so on. She can take care of her own daughter, the little girl who's running around in front of the telly there in a bunny outfit. And of course, it then means that Ebony can take off and have a few minutes as an actual teen that she really is. I hope the effort she's making is worth it, because Dennis actually got run over because he was completely into another girl.
Bolanle, are you sure about the extensions?
Don't worry, when I finish this hair, you'll really like it. You'll thank me later.
Okay, Bunny Rabbit here is done with the telly. Let me get her to play with a little monkey before she actually does fly away. She's always spinning around. Okay. And et voila, look at how gorgeous she looks. And I thought this outfit she had on was a perfect match for the entire look that she's got going here with all those ribbons. Right, let her quickly say thank you to her neighbor, who's more than happy to see her handiwork come to fruition on Ebony's head. I'm going to get Ebony's mum to quickly come over and have a word with Ebony before Ebony takes off. She might be a busy mother, but she's still a very hands-on parent and wants to make sure that Ebony's got her head screwed on right and will not misbehave with her encounter at the Williams household.
Don't think I don't know why you're going there. You be careful, just be nice, and make sure you get back on time. Okay? Have fun.
We're at the Williams residence and Dennis is home, back to his old ways. But look at his room, it's been upgraded to a young adult's room. He's got the floating bed from the sci-fi collection. Must be attached to the walls or something. But let's quickly pop out and see who's here. Of course, it's Ebony. She's in the living room chatting to his parents. Isn't she brave? But she has a good excuse, you know, to pop by, seeing as Dennis had this accident. And little Ruby is perched on the ground here with another set of toys as usual. And the thing is, I'm getting bored of the hairstyles that they have. They only have a few that look cute along with the teens. I really wish we had more options. It's getting a bit boring. But here's Ebony looking absolutely gorgeous and very presentable to this woman who is the mother of someone she absolutely adores. Let's get them chatting once again so they don't walk off. And let's check on Jeffrey here, who's already shamelessly digging into the basket that Ebony brought by. These items are little bits and bobs that she's pulled together from the mall where she works, and she thought it'd be nice to come by with a little card and some goodies for Dennis.
Oh, you're very kind. Not at all, Mrs. Williams. He's in the room playing games. He'd be delighted to see you. Only if you're sure.
Can you believe that? Only if you're sure? You went through the trouble to look this good and gorgeous, to make your way down here, had your hair done, and you're starting out with only if you're sure. Well, you're not fooling anyone, little cutesy. Well, she's going to be done in a second, and we're going to scoot across to Dennis's room and see how he's doing and how he receives her. If he's anything like his father, he would be a true gentleman. Don't you agree? The house hasn't changed at all, just a few pieces of art here and there that I have stuck in since the last update. And of course, major differences in his room. Let's get her over there and let's stop him from his all-day gaming session.
I got hit bad, but I'm doing a lot better, you know. It's really nice of you to come by, man.
You look alright.
Let's go and see Chrissy and Jeffrey, see what they're up to now that their son has company. Let's get them to chat over here. These pieces of furniture are beautiful, and they're new ones that have popped into the game lately. Different variations of this exact couch with the cushions. Fabulous, just fabulous. But I didn't purchase them, unfortunately. I just can't spend money constantly on these things. You sometimes have to be content with what you've got. Look at these shoes. I am just in love with the pieces that these Sims have. Very gorgeous pieces.
She seems like a nice girl.
Oh, absolutely. Very thoughtful.
Well, I'm a bit hungry. Are you ready for dinner?
Actually, yes, I'm quite hungry. I was thinking about that place that we had food the other day.
Tom's father is back from one of his travels, and he is livid that his son took one of the cars out of the garage and crashed it. Now, he didn't crash it, obviously. He left the keys in the ignition and someone got in and smashed into Dennis. So we don't know who that is, but there will be an ongoing investigation into who the culprit is.
Sama Shubebel Mepso Nibs Keps Zem Mahaba Jeem Sama Shubebel Mepso Nibs Keps Mahaba Jeem Sama Shubebel Mepso Nibs.
I'm sorry. You're grounded for 2 weeks. Get out of my sight.
So this is interesting because they've been grounded, but yet they've got access to the TV, toys, games, the telephone, the internet, and so on. What sort of grounding is that? They're basically just cooped up in a castle and still have all that they need to enjoy their life in some way. It's kind of weird, isn't it? It was completely different when I was growing up. And the thing is, he didn't realize that the car was going to get totaled. It's not the first time he's stolen a car from the garage, but this time he got caught. 1 day for the owner after 99 days for the thief. Pamela as well went along with the plan. She didn't drive the car, but she went along to the club, and she got grounded too. So here she is in her room trying to make the best of her time. So she's writing in her diary, and at some point she's obviously going to get bored. So she'll decide to make a phone call to her friend, her best friend, the Princess Susan, to find out how her Royal Gala went, because that's why she didn't make it to the club. So let's see what the princess has to tell her about that fabulous day. Princess Susan Lithiu lives on one complete floor of the Royal Lithiu Palace. Can you believe that? Yes, she does. And she's cooped up in her own royal tower, and in some ways expected to be happy that she has a privileged life. But she's not. She wants a different life, a completely different life. She loves Simon, but Simon doesn't even know who she is. I mean, he does, but he doesn't take note of her at all. Let's get her to have a cup of tea. This is typically what she does during the course of the day. She'd do her homework, her tutor would come in to see her, she could socialize with her parents, but that's usually at galas, and she hardly ever interacts with normal friends. As a result, she's grown up a little bit frustrated. But look at this teapot here. It's beautiful. She's drinking from a very strange cup, but the ones down here look lovely. What's that about? Anyway, this is what she was up to when the phone began to ring. Time to chat with her bestie.
Hi. How was the Royal Gala? It was amazing. I'll tell you how it went. It was really beautiful in the gardens, and we had a lot of guests.
Every now and again, the prince and princess would host royal galas for important members of the Sim community who were involved in making sure that the Sim community was improved, and Princess Susan would have to be present at all these galas. She began to tell Pamela of how the dinners went. She told them about the conversations, the kind of people who attended, how they were important to the prince and princess, and so on. So, it was her outlet. Whenever a call came in, she would chat away about one of the beautiful events that took place at the Royal Palace.
Oh wow, sounds like amazing fun. We had so much dancing, funny dancing at that.
We very much appreciate your donations to the charity. It won't go unnoticed.
My pleasure.
Father, I'd like to excuse myself for a little bit. Perhaps just a short walk in the gardens.
Of course. Do return in time to say goodbye to the guests.
Oh wow. I couldn't take it anymore. I needed some air, but this silly prince followed me outside.
Enter Prince Albert, who decides to keep Susan Lithiu company as a gentleman would love to, even though he had other interests. But still.
Sir, Jibby, Jibby. Oh.
Bo Blexer any claim? Baski Dwan.
What do, Cop?
Easty, Mooby.
Did you really? Oh my goodness, Susan. I have to go. My mum is coming. Okay, bye.
What a conversation. However, there's one little aspect of the Royal Gala evening that Susan didn't tell Pamela about.
You can come out now. It's only me.
Princess, I'm getting close to taking care of Pamela for you.
You're taking too long. This girl's my nightmare. Well, if you can't date her, surely you can rape her.
I can't do that. She's cooped up in a penthouse, innit?
Oh, for Pete's sake! Get